Hi, welcome to Atlantic Graphic Systems. My name is Julie Messick. I'm the showroom manager here in Columbia, Maryland. Today we're going to be showcasing my personal favorite, the Summa F1612 flatbed cutter. This cutter has a small footprint, continuous feeding, and a customizable toolset. Let's go ahead and take a look at the machine specifications of this cutter. The dimensions of the cutter are 97 inches by 86.5 by 43 inches, needing a power supply of 3 230 volt outlets. The maximum material width is 64 inches with a max cutting area of 62.99 inches with 4 vacuum zones that can be turned on and off depending on the material size. This machine has a high-speed capability of up to 1,000 millimeters per second. I want to show you how easy it is to change a tool on the Summa. Right here I have a tool just like all the ones behind me that have a barcode on it that saves the depth every time you set it, so it's saved to the tool itself and also saved to the module that you put it in. So here we have our locking mechanism up top. I'm going to show you guys how to change the tool that's in each module, as well as how to change a module and how easy it is. Today we're going to be running 2 jobs on here. First is going to be wine boxes to show packaging with creasing and through cutting. And the second one is going to be a 4x8 signage to show continuous feeding and the small footprint able to do a 4x8 board. Before we begin job production, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to set up a file like this in Adobe Illustrator. In my Adobe Illustrator file, I have our wine boxes here, and I am using a template provided by Summa. This has all of the layers and action sets, so that way you can put each action on a specific layer, so when it's loaded in Go Produce, it will automatically assign to that action set. You can also adjust the strokes here for having a through cut stroke, a kiss cut stroke to keep your document neat and organized. You can see I can toggle through print and cut to see my cut data and my print data all on one sheet. Another cool feature of Summa is it has a plugin for registration marks. So all I have to do is press Summa and registration marks, and it goes around the bounding box of anything I have on my artboard. I can adjust these if needed, just unlock my layer, but this makes it for automating registration marks on any cut and print file you have in prepress. Final step is to save a print file and a cut file, both with registration marks to easily print and cut your job. Once we have our file ready, we can go ahead and go over the 2 softwares that Summa uses, Go Produce and Axis Control. The first software is called Axis Control. This is going to be controlling the cutter. You can see here we can select our origin and place that anywhere on the bed and make that our 0, 0 mark. We can adjust the size of our material, and that will turn on the specific vacuum zones. In here, you can also do your loading position, so you can move where the park position of the cutter is going to be for where you are loading it. You can also adjust the blow, vacuum, and any other options for loading material. And also here, you're going to be looking at your tools in your modules. You can adjust the down position, the lifting velocity, and do your depth here and set that as soon as you put on a new tool. The second software is called Go Produce. This is going to be loading your files in and actually making your paths do certain actions. So here I have my wine bottle boxes. Loading on, just importing a PDF file here. You can see I have one loaded up already. On the right side is going to be my actions of tooling in terms of creasing, cutting, V-cutting, any action I want to do. And within that action, I can select the tooling that's needed. Now with what I have here, I have all the tools available to show you guys every single tool that can be used. Within here, I can select paper, the thickness I'm doing this at, and it will actually give me a narrowed down list of tools that I can be using. Now this is something called Media Manager, and in here you can actually adjust what tools for each type of material, and that's only going to be showing those tools for that specific material. All of this can be added on and adjusted Summa gives you a lot of presets, but we make our own with foam core, acrylic, paper, and making sure you have the right depth once you test it with your material. Within your material, you can adjust anything that's needed in order to make micro adjustments to your tool and to the specific specification you have in your media manager. Once you make these adjustments, you can save it on, and for that specific material, that thickness, this will be saved in your GoProduce. Here, we're going to go to Output to Sheet, pretty much the only other button I use, and we can go ahead and make certain adjustments for copies, number of jobs. That way, it will automate the process of loading and unloading material. GoProduce is super easy to use, very straightforward, and also very customizable. Here is a quick behind the scenes of how we're printing everything for the Summa F1612. I am using the Vanguard VR60 UV 4x8 flatbed printer, and we're going to start with wine bottle boxes and then do my signage on here. For our second job, let's go ahead and do a 4x8 full sheet of signage to show the continuous feeding capabilities on the Summa F1612. Today, we went through two different jobs on the Summa F1612, one being 4x8 signage that we looked at, the other one being packaging from wine boxes. Some other examples I've printed before are Monopoly boards, customizable contour cut logos like the FBI logo, and other packaging like golf ball packaging I use in the showroom here, even fun structures like a bus, and even using another tool called an EOT to make 3D puzzles. We went through the software, specifications, and running two jobs on the Summa to show you just how amazing this cutter is. If you're interested in seeing this machine, contact us for a demo today. Thank you so much for visiting our virtual showroom here at Atlanta Graphic Systems.